What's up guys, JT here. Today we have the other side of the list. The 7 things that irritate me about my car. That is the 2017 GTI Sport. So, the first thing I'd like to say about my car, I love my car. That's why I say these are irritating, nitpicky things. They're not things I totally hate. They're just things I think can easily be fixed to make this an even better car. Even better. So, the first thing that just totally is an irritating half measure, VW put in a USB port in the GTI for 2017. But where they put it has made it more irritating than it should be. Alright, it's underneath the controls for the air conditioning. It's tucked inside one of these little closable pockets, like a compartment down here. The problem is, it's on the right side and it's too close to the side of the center column, so that when you try to put the USB port in, there's not enough room for your knuckles if you're grabbing the USB port like this. Alright, so why not just turn your hand like this, right? Well, the compartment is also too tight to hold the USB sideways like this and stick it in. And it's a little too deep. Like, unless you have like 4.5 inch fingers to get in there, it's just impossible. It takes far too long. Like I said, if you're gonna plug something in one time and leave it forever, it's not a huge ordeal. But personally, I have multiple things I like to plug in, pull out, plug in. You know, I don't want wires hanging all over the place all the time, so I want a cleaner look. So it just doesn't work. It could have been moved a little bit. You know, they could have tested it a couple times instead of just saying, hey, we got a spot here, let's just throw this shit right here, because at least they're getting a USB port. Now, if that's the way you think as a car company, that's wrong. So don't think that way. Make it ergonomic. Make it like everything else. It just feels right. It works the way it should. Think about how Apple does things. It just works intuitively. You would expect it to work that way, but maybe next time. Alright, next thing. There are these slots. These real skinny slots. And that's the only way to explain them. They're right behind your gear shifter. I've got the 6-speed, but they're behind the DSG if you get the automatic. They're skinny, and they're about like this wide. One of them's that wide. I had no idea what they were. No idea. I thought they were some kind of venting system for the transmission, like the gearbox itself. I thought, God, that must produce a lot of heat if they got to put in vents into the cabin. I have no idea what I was thinking. Alright, I have no idea what VW was thinking, because they're coin holders. Alright, I don't know, you might be able to fit like 2 of each coin in there if you wanted to, which is A, retarded, B, nobody wants pennies and shit in their car anyway. So why they would have multiple slots that aren't just for quarters. But you can't fit a whole bunch of quarters in there if you're one of these people that has to go to tolls, like toll bridges, and throw the change in. I don't have to do that. I live in the mountains. Either way, it's a shitty design. It's confusing. And it's just, there's not enough room to actually like stack coins anyway. And the only thing it does is it collects debris. It collects debris. So, if you want shit in your car that you have to shot back out and hold part of the shop vac so it's got enough suction to get down in those little cracks, that's what that does. That should be called a dust holder, or just food or whatever. Don't eat in your car and drop something in there, because you will play hell to get that stuff out. I dropped some roasted and salted pumpkin seeds in there, and it took me days nice to get that crap out, because I kept forgetting, oh, your brand new car has crap in it, because VW don't think very well. Guys at VW, stop doing stupid stuff. Stop it. It's irritating. Okay, third thing. Everything about the interior of the car, besides my plaid seats, is very black. It's very black. The only thing I would say is everything gets scuff marks on it, like a lot. The pedals get scuffed up, the cloth seat bolsters, the door jamb, or just the door rest, armrest holder, gets scuffed. I don't know if it's my knees or the skin. Everything about this car just seems to get dirty real quick. I don't know if you need to change the material. Most of it's pretty soft all around the car, so it's not like it's crappy and hard material everywhere. It's just, it should have some kind of anti-microbial or resistant to scuffs and dirt and stuff like that. Now you can wash all the stuff, so that's not that bad. These are irritating things for me, not things that just kill me. Okay, the center armrest right here, the center armrest. It's not the armrest itself, because it does adjust up, which is kind of nice, I guess. I'm pretty tall, so that's not a big issue for me. I don't know if it's an issue for short people. I use my seat all the way down, so my elbow's right there. The problem with it is it's the same material as the seats, which I love the cloth seats, I love the plaid. They're just not overly pretty. Well, they are pretty, but it doesn't feel good. It's a rough, itchy material. It's on this armrest too. And wherever you got to put your body, like your arms, I would prefer it to be a material that felt good, maybe a little smoother. I mean, I know they're reusing the same material because you can kind of tell it's the same. But I mean, come on, spend a little bit extra. Just, I mean, if you don't wear long sleeves all the time, this is going to irritate you a little bit. I know it irritates me, and it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. This is like $1 worth of fabric, guys. $1 worth of fabric. Alright, so this other one is kind of just for me or anybody that drives in the mountains. Everything in this car slings side to side because it's a GTI. It's a race or sports car. Not a race car necessarily, but a sport sedan. So when you're hitting these G's and the whole car's not rolling, which it doesn't, it's great. I would wish that the cup holders and everywhere you put anything, like all the holders, the dash holders, all these things would have some kind of anti-slip material in them so that, you know, stuff's not slinging around making noise all day. You know, maybe even put some carpeting in, maybe not carpeting, but some kind of material in your glove box. So if you do happen to have a pin or whatever is in there, it's not banging around. Little noises make me crazy. You know, I have to seek out and destroy them. It makes me insane if it's like almost white noise that just continues. It just makes me a little crazy on the inside, and I don't need that. You know, I need to enjoy my drive, especially when I'm spiritedly driving. I don't want to be hitting a curve and hear or tink or whatever. You know, it's just one of those things that takes you out of the mode, because this car, you get really into driving it. You are very much, especially with the 6-speed, you are very in tune to the road. I mean, you're one with the car, which I absolutely love. I followed this guy on a shortcut where I'm going right now, and I'm not sure if it's a shortcut. I might be going to his house because I think he might be going home and not going to the highway. So let's hope he's going to the highway. Totally off on tangent, but we had a semi-truck we were behind, and we tried to take the shortcut. I'm not sure where we're going. Okay, this is the highway. Whew! I was about to say, I am lost, buddy. local, and it paid off, people. So follow locals when you get lost. I'm trying to think anything else that bothers me. Oh, the infotainment system. This will probably be the last one. Okay? If your car is not hooked to the infotainment itself, like on Apple CarPlay, if it's just on Bluetooth, your phone will play through the stereo sometimes. Like, it's not 100%. Sometimes it works perfectly. Sometimes, I don't know if it's just my area, but like the phone will ring, and it'll ring on the infotainment. When I pick it up, no sound anywhere, guys. No sound. And I can't pick up or receive a call, and I can't call out. Then I have to turn YouTube or Bluetooth off. Figure it out. I mean, come on. Either do it only when the USB's plugged in, or do it all the time correctly when it's Bluetooth. But the half measures on how these things work, they just become a little too irritating to me. It should just work better, honestly, and that's just nitpicky, really, because I honestly don't need to be on the phone, but I would rather it play through the car because it's safer. I can have my hands free, so I can shift my car because it is a 6-speed.